Equal pay. In 2018, employers continue to fail to pay equally skilled women the same amount of pay they were paying their male counterparts. While education gave women an edge, they still were paid 88% of their male equivalents. In positions that didn't require analytical skills, the gap increased to 83%. Facts about the gender wage gap. The gender wage gap is the difference between women's and men's earnings, which is due partly to discrimination, but also factors such as differences in occupation, industry, education, work hours, and experience. If the gender wage gap continues to close at its current rate, it is projected to persist until 2059. Women earn just 79 cents for every dollar made by men. In 2014, the most recent year for which data are available, full-time, year-round working women's annual median wages were $39,621 compared with $50,383 for men. To put this into perspective, the difference between men's and women's median wages, $10,762, could cover more than 14 months of median U.S. rent in 2014, or the average cost for more than 1 year of full-time center-based care for an infant. The gender wage gap most severely affects women of color, and the wage gap exists within all racial and ethnic groups. In 2014, Latinas and African American women suffered the greatest losses in earnings because of the gender wage gap. Hispanic and African American women working full-time and year-round earned just 55 cents and 60 cents respectively for every dollar earned by white non-Hispanic men. Additionally, the gender wage gap exists within all racial and ethnic groups. Asian women earned 81 cents for every dollar earned by Asian men. Black women earned 82 cents for every dollar earned by black men. Hispanic women earned 88 cents for every dollar earned by Hispanic men. White non-Hispanic women earned 75 cents for every dollar earned by white non-Hispanic men. Women earn less than men in all but 5 occupations. U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics data from 2015 show that for all occupations with comparable median weekly earnings data for men and women, men make more than women in all but 5 of the detailed occupations: wholesale and retail buyers, except farm products, police and sheriff's patrol officers, bookkeeping, accounting, and auditing clerks, general office clerks, and data entry keyers. Despite the fact that women now earn the majority of college degrees, the wage gap persists. The American Association of University Women, or AAUW, found that 1 year out of college, women were paid just 82 cents of what their similarly educated and experienced male peers were paid. The AAUW found that the gap widens over time. 10 years after graduating from college, women were paid only 69% of what their male counterparts were paid. The gender wage gap continues to grow over time. For women ages 15 to 24 working full-time and year-round, the wage gap is $4,373 per year. By the time women reach age 45 to 64, they earn $15,404 less than men per year. The wage gap results in significant losses in lifetime earnings for women. Over a 40-year career, the average lifetime earning losses for women based on today's wage gap total $430,480. These losses are greater for women of color. Latinas lose a total of $1,007,080, and African American women lose $877,480 over a 40-year career. A lifetime of earning less also affects women's retirement security. On average, women have 50% smaller account balances in defined contribution plans. The wage gap has consequences for families' economic security. In 2012, 63.3% of mothers were sole, primary, or co-breadwinners for their households. This means that when women are not paid fairly, it is not just women's economic security that is put at risk. Entire families often miss out on wages due to the gender wage gap. Nearly 40% of the wage gap cannot be explained by occupation, work experience, race, or union membership. Research has broken down the wage gap to show that more than half is due to differences in the types of occupations and industries in which men and women work. Additionally, about 14% is due to the fact that women are more likely to leave the workforce to provide unpaid care to family members. Part of the gender wage gap is explained by the fact that more women take unpaid leave than men. Estimates suggest that around 14% of the gender wage gap is due to women spending less time in the labor force, which can be explained by the fact that women are more likely to leave the labor force to provide unpaid care for family members. Public policy could help close the gender wage gap, but Congress has obstructed progress. The Paycheck Fairness Act would be a critical step forward in closing the gender wage gap by prohibiting gender-based pay discrepancies and banning workplace policies that penalize employees for sharing wage information. Although the bill has been introduced in every Congress since 1997, Congress has yet to pass the Paycheck Fairness Act into law, thereby further contributing to the loss of hard-earned wages for millions of workers and families. The racial wage gap varies by industry and location. The differences in earnings by race and gender become more nuanced across industries. American Indian and Alaska Native women see the three largest pay differences from equally qualified white men. These industries are accommodation and food services, construction, and retail and customer service.